Have you been following everything
Yeah,
that's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in an interesting shift, right? So I don't think that the younger guys are quite there yet. I don't think that we have seen.
Haven't given it to them yet,
Haven't given
right?
it to yet, but
Right.
man, they're so close,
Man,
right? So I think that the Stephs and the Giannis's, they're still there. It's still their league. But I do think that we are seeing the come up of the Donovan Mitchells and like John Morant and that whole era. And when you know, I've seen it flip over enough.
That's what I was about to
I've
say.
watched it flip from this set of guys to that set of guys to that set of guys to know we're right there. And it's fascinating to me when we're at these moments and watching these guys go through that change. And I will say this, the confidence I have in the young guys who are about to take over, I'm not sure I've ever been more confident knowing, even when they're this young, that they've got their shit together.
I was just going to ask you, and then too, a lot of these players we're talking about, they have star power already. Like, I've never seen, like, I don't mean to say it like this because we've seen the waves in the league and all this, and I can remember in the 80s when they had Pat Ewing and all these great centers and stuff, right? We're going back to that, or at least it feels like, but John Morant is a star, whether you want to say that he's top or he's 4, 5, 6. He walks around like stardom. He won, I'm it.
But you know why, right?
I don't know why, but
when I say when
handing it off to someone like that, you gotta have someone who's comfortable with being it.
But you know why? All these guys, all of them, and Ja certainly
Luka the same thing. I say Luka a little more because he's actually held the league down. He's carried that Spanish league. He came over here. He's been playing sports since he was younger.
It's simpler than all that.
Let me hear it.
Someone has had a camera in their face since they were 3 years old.
Facts.
When was the first time you had a phone with a camera on it?
Shit, fucking Nike, 11th grade, something.
With a camera? With a video camera?
No,
No, it was not that young.
No.
You were in your 20s.
I was grown.
Right.
I was in the league, yeah.
You were an adult.
First time I had a camera in my face, and I was like,
Right?
Teenager.
These guys, the young guys in the league, since they were babies, man.
Right.
And so if you have been performing, you have your own kids. Your kids know when you when you flip that phone on and you're like they turn it on. They know what they're supposed to deliver to you. So that is the simple answer on why these guys are all ready to be stars and be a little bit more sort of to be in front of people than any of us were when we were that age. But the league's better for it, and it's also a credit in my mind, to the Chris Paul, LeBron, Dwayne Wade generation that really professionalized kind of being an off-court star in that way. Those were the guys who it wasn't just a shoe deal. It was a shoe deal and a clothing deal and the phone deal and sort of the lifestyle brand and doing all the GQ covers and all of that stuff that wasn't really a part of the NBA player repertoire before that. So they set the tone of you can be your own business, right? And then these younger generation to have the camera and presence savvy of just having grown up in an iPhone generation and to have that be their role model, they combine this stuff. And that's the point to me that when I watch the league, beyond just the basketball, which is it's such a high level.
It is.
To see that generational shift happening right now in the NBA and to know that we're right there is pretty awesome.